Alright. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're energized. We're going in the sicko mode on this shit. We're gonna hop right back in to where we ended the stream last time. I saved the game right after bro went to bed. It's probably still nighttime, I don't even remember. I think I just closed the game. Yeah, it's still nighttime. Okay, so we're literally right back where we're gonna turn off that startup music. And we're gonna get right back into things as if nothing even happened. Now, I said that I wasn't sure what I was going to do today. Originally, I was going to make a video. But I just had so many things exploding in my brain to talk about that I was like, nah, we'll make it a live stream. And then people could watch the show and just get all of it in one. I got a big-ass slushie to keep me active and up and going. And we're going to hop right back into it. Now, we have a couple topics that we're going to go over today. And I may go out of order compared to the title. The title might make you think I'm going to talk about one thing first. That might not be the case. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a bit of a dick when it comes to that. It might play into this. And so, the first thing, despite it not being first on the list, I'm probably going to jump into the fake comic fans thing. Might jump into that first. But first I'm going to go see if bro over here needs anything. He started work on the tavern. He's going. In the meantime, I might want to start digging around here a bit and start setting things up a little. So into the well actually before I get combobulated, because I don't want to get my head spun around too many things. So, I think we have everything we need for here. Except for this guy's brain cells, apparently. 1 minute, I got you, buddy. Don't worry. It's okay. Sometimes people are a little dumb. You know what? I'm going to do the first thing I was mentioning, actually. So, I'm going to begin this little story here today by, I'm going to work on this hill next to the tavern and get, like, some stairs so that there's an easier in-way and out-way for these people. And when we'll do that, we're going to talk about the comic thing. So there's all kinds of polls on YouTube, as most people have probably noticed. And you don't even have to be subscribed to people, you just have to have an interest in a topic, and if that person talks about that topic too much, they're going to show up in your feed at one point or another, okay? That's just the way that the algorithm kind of works right now. Now, the neat thing about that, pardon me, is I'll be getting polls all the time for shit that I'm really passionate about, like Harry Potter, comic book characters, comic book movies, blah, 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 blah. And one of the things that I noticed is that I'm a bit bitter in the commenting, and I'm a bit of an asshole, but that is because I see people that are being complacent, and I'm getting angry because I see my younger self when I was an ignorant, stupid, cuckoo gaga bitch that was still drinking mommy's titty milk. And what I mean by that is, so let's say, for example, the poll I saw earlier was discussing which one of the Spider-Man suits you thought was better out of, like, compared to, here's the best part, they didn't even give you multiple actors. There's been like 4 live-action Spider-Man, but they only gave you the choices of Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. And that's already that's a way to spark debate in any goddamn community when it comes to that shit, because those two are just, depending on your generation, that's your Spider-Man, right? And so that's the unfortunate part about Andrew, is that I love Andrew, and he's not like the best Spider-Man, like none of them are, which I'll get into in a minute. That's part of the argument here, is that none of them are like a definitive Spider-Man, just like there is no definitive Batman. And aside from Kevin Conroy is the one person I'll say is close to being a definitive Batman, but you have to remember, these are animated. I'm not discussing animation right now. I'm going to strictly stay to talking about live action. And if we're only talking about live action, we got a few problems with all these comic book characters, because for some reason, they do not know how to, like, write them and condense them into a story. And it's 1000% fear. And I'm going to get into that too, but we're going to back up for a minute, alright? So back to the reason about the Spider-Man rant. So the question is, out of the 2 costumes, which one do you think is the better costume? Now, I personally like the Raimi suit, but that's not because it's, like, the most comic accurate Spider-Man, but because the 3D webbing that they have on the exterior of the costume to give more depth to how it looks fucking gorgeous. And I always loved, because I have a very filmic eye, I love doing like directorial shit. I loved the way that fucking shit bounces off lights on the scene. And my biggest problem, and the funny thing is, it's not like a Tom Holland thing, this is a Marvel thing. And so that's another part of the issue, right? And that is, if you watch the final battle from Spider-Man No Way Home, when it comes to like the part where all 3 Spider-Men jump off the thing and swing around, it is a clusterfuck of color and CGI, to the point that there are moments where I don't even know what fucking Peter I'm looking at. And that's not like that might also just be because I'm literally blind in real life. Like, I need glasses and I go to see these movies in a theater and it looks like a fucking slideshow from 40,000 meters away because I can't see. But that, like, I try to watch them later at home and analyze details because I'm a fucking loser like that, right? And so I have somewhat of an idea. But like, when you're watching it back, right, and you're trying to like focus on them, one of the things that really annoys me is that all 3 Spider-Men for that scene were CGI. And because they were computer generated specifically for that like battle, you missing a lot of those cool effects you get from like, because here's the thing, Andrew's suit also kind of had that 3D webbing. It wasn't as dramatic as Tobey's, but it definitely was there, and it's noticeable because of how it reflects on light. Even the CG shots did a fucking crazy good job of replicating how the suit should be moving separate from the skin when he's like dropping in the one intro of the second Amazing Spider-Man 2. That shit is done really fucking well. Marvel just doesn't know how to do that shit, and I don't understand why. Like, all the suits are like skin tight, like a fucking CGI, like it looks like a video game character. That's my biggest problem with them. And then when they're walking around, they look kind of cool. Sometimes they look better just walking than they do doing shit. Took a sip of my drink there. That's why I paused for a minute while I'm not doing anything physically. And so, I think the problem is that because you don't have those cool details that you would naturally be getting from the light bouncing off of the different effects of like the webbing, it doesn't look very good. And so I don't like the way. Also, this is a stupid this is with every comic book character on the planet. I don't understand why they think updating a design means they have to add random black bullshit around the costume. So like the thing that I also despise is that all of the modern like MCU Spider-Man costumes have like the shoulder pads or like the arm bracelets or like different things like that, like little details that are like highlighted in black to separate the suit from being a suit. And I'm like, I get that it like looks like armor, it looks cool, but not everything in the world has to be fucking Arkham Knight. And let me be real, I absolutely hated that shit. This is the realest rant I'm gonna get. Batman is my favorite character of all fucking time. All of his comics are absolute fucking gold. The old ones, mind you. Like, everything from, like, the 70s up to, like, 2012 are absolute fucking masterpieces. They slap. I'm not even fucking you. Even the worst... It's like Eminem dissing people. Even his worst comics from, like, the 70s onward are better than a lot of the modern comics at their best. And that's fucking terrifying to think about, and that's why I stick to the old ones so much. And even why directors most of the time, like James Gunn, digs into the older comics because they're just better stories, not gonna lie. And that's, I think the biggest problem with it is that I think the modern writers try to do self-insert stuff so goddamn much that they don't give a fuck about the character they're writing for. And so they'll lose certain bits of personality of a character that are really vital to making that character interesting, and it turns them flat in comparison. And because they become a more flat character rather than well-rounded, they become significantly more boring. Also, this asshat needs something. What do you need?
Yeah.
Of course you do. You got it, man. I'll get you a shovel. Whoa. Oh, okay. Maximum level of stone. You got it. Okay, I'll get you a stone shovel. I thought because before it was the wood icon and it said that now maybe I can give him something like iron. But no, I'm gonna give him a stone shovel.
Good to see ya.
Yeah, you're working on it. Here you go. Stick this up your ass.
So you can get back to work while I get back to work. No, but as I was saying, one of the things that's interesting about the fuck, give me a sec. I got distracted by shovel. I have to remember my own topics. This is beautiful. No, so oh yeah, so I was ranting about Batman comics being bad because I was talking about the Spider-Man thing, but we're gonna diverge back from the Batman thing for a minute because we were talking about how some characters like taking stuff from the older comics and how much I like those. That's okay. I'm back on track now. That's just me having a brain fart. Don't worry about that. You can ignore this whole segment. Now back to the real conversation. So from that, one of the things that I like about the older comics is that they have more detail in them. And that includes with like Marvel stuff as well. There's a lot of older Marvel comics that I find they're just more fun for the characters, and people just like writing shittier versions of them for some reason. And so, on top of the fact that like we have like less inspiration really in modern stuff, and that annoys me. But that's also still off topic from the idea of the costumes entirely, which the costumes only got brought up because the modern comics are what butchered them in my opinion, and why they're so shit in movies now. Like, the most basic way to describe this is the argument of Batman having trunks or not having trunks in the new James Gunn film. Because one of the things is that I think Batman looks fucking weird in the new 52 when they got rid of the bottoms and made it all gray. Like, I think the funny thing is they got rid of it because they think it's goofy and that it makes the inappropriate parts stand out more. Ironically, I think it does the exact opposite. Because there's a lack of, like, separation in the color of the gray of Batman's costume from the top and bottom, I think that his dick stands out like a fucking giant, massive, bulging flashlight. Like, it's literally, it's more noticeable than the fucking bat symbol. And canonically, the bat symbol on Batman's chest is supposed to be there as a big beacon that says shoot me because it's the strongest part of the costume. So, the fact that, like, I'd be more willing to shoot him in the junk isn't a good thing with his modern outfit. So that's my argument of the cowl. It's not, or the shorts. It's nothing to do with the fact that it's like a sexual thing or not. It's strictly fucking resource and how it could be used. Because I think it's too weird without it. And the same thing with the Spider-Man costume having like a bunch of random fucking shit added to it. Just keep it black and red with fucking webs. Red and blue with fucking webs. The original comics were black, so I'm getting confused because I'm reading older stuff a lot. But the fun thing about that is you don't need to add a bunch of random like fucking shoulder pads or like capes or like fucking buckles, belts, and things. You can keep them simplistic and they're still interesting costumes. And so, that's where my perspective is of why I think the Tom Holland suit fucking sucks. It's not because I'm a Raimi fanboy. It's because it's just not very interesting, and it's pretty fucking pale. Even that fun scene in, like, I can't remember if it was the first or second one. Like, it was either Far From Home or Homecoming. But there's this scene where Peter's inside of, like, fucking Tony Stark's jet being flown by Happy Hogan, and he gets the chance to be Peter Parker and make his own costume, and he makes some ugly piece of shit that feels like something Peter wouldn't wear unless he was forced to in the comics. And I'm like, what the fuck actually is this scene? You could have used that scene to make an actual comic-accurate Spider-Man costume and then ditch a lot of the Tony tech, and instead you made a whole scene where you ram as much Tony Stark tech into the Spider-Man costume as possible. And that's the moment that killed Peter in that series for me. And the thing is that a lot of them, even like Raimi, I can do so. There's obvious complaints with Raimi. Like, I'm not going to act like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the greatest thing on the planet, despite me loving it. Because, like, the most obvious thing is everyone in that movie looks older than they should be. These are supposed to be like grade 11, grade 12, almost graduate high schoolers. He's not in university/college until the second film because he graduates in the first one and then in the next one he goes to college, right? But the motherfucker looks like he's in his late 20s to early 30s. And so does everyone else in his class, including Flash Thompson that looks like an alcoholic. Like, it's the funniest shit to me, but because it's a film and we like it, we're like, yeah, this is fine. We're gonna completely accept this as if there's nothing weird going on whatsoever. And then, like, in that same film, like, their teacher is obviously fucking younger than them, and people point that out all the time, but I don't think people really give a shit about it as much as they do about Tom Holland stuff. And I think people should, because it honestly is a big fucking thing, though. And another part about the Raimi films that's funny is that I 100% am under the opinion that the only reason Sam Raimi didn't include the did include the organic webbing and didn't do the thing where he had the web shooters is because he didn't want to have a boring science scene where Peter was like designing web shooters along with all the boring science scenes of Dr. Octavius inside of his lab making the go-go goblin juice. And so, because he didn't want the runtime to be 20,000 years of boring science shit, and he wanted it to be more about superheroes, he just included it as a power he gets from the spider. And so, from a plot point, like a plot perspective of keeping it at a runtime, yeah, that's great. But on like when it comes to actually keeping it authentic, it kind of fucks it for me. But it's not nearly as egregious as Batman. And so, like, all three Spider-Men have their issues, but like they're kind of fine in their own right, and my only argument is basically with the costumes of the characters, because if I go into personality, we'll be here till fucking the end of time. and that's the fun part is that I love the videos about characters that or like random comic. It doesn't have to be even comics. It can be like books, it can be movies, but like anything that's like comparing the character from the original source material to an adaptation is comical to me, because, example, you get videos that are like, out of all these 16 actors that have played Batman, which one of these is the best Batman?
Can I help you?
And then, like, they'll pick, like, one thing from a comic that's connected to several other comics, and it won't help at all. I need to get wood for this dumbass. And it won't help at all for the actual context of what's going on, except for, like, example, I'll use a completely non-comic example for this one to be fun. My girlfriend sent me this fucking thing earlier that was about the P. Diddy thing, because we've been following that shit like fucking crazy. And it is a video from a couple weeks ago that this dude posted that I even downloaded. I might like throw it up later to make fun of it. But the video is like lyrics that didn't age well after the P. Diddy trial. And one of the songs that he quotes is Alfred's theme from Eminem. Now, neat fact, outside of liking comic books, I'm kind of gay for people like Eminem, right? I like lyrical rappers that have actual messages in their song, or people that just genuinely have real messages in their song. Like, Green Day is my favorite band on the planet, because every one of their fucking songs you can listen to, and depending on your mood, you're either going to be real happy and be like, haha, I told you so, or you're going to like get real depressed and be like, fuck, they're talking about me. And what I do in my life with my natural lifestyle. And I just realized I finger blasted myself by coming over here with no space, so why don't I just make a little waypoint quickly so I can come back here. I'm just going to call it Resource Land. I don't care if resource isn't spelled correctly right now. And now, so in this video, in the Alfred's theme, it's quoting a line where basically Eminem is talking about Billie Eilish getting nightmares and then mentions P. Diddy. But the funny thing is that the dude cut about him being P. Diddy's bitch. That's the one. Sorry, I want to have the whole context here, right? So they're it's about giving nightmares to Billie Eilish on P. Diddy's bitch, and then it cuts off there. But the very next line in the song is, "Wait, hold up, P. Diddy's bitch. I'm still East Side bitch," as if to say I'm not P. Diddy's bitch. That was just an incorrect rap I did there because it sounded right. And he cut that part that clearly says that he's not P. Diddy's bitch as if to make Eminem look bad, and I'm like, you're a fucking dumbass. Anyone that actually listens to the song and doesn't just watch this video and go, I'm a genius, I have all the answers, they're gonna fucking like look at this shit and I don't need wood at all. I just realized looking here I don't need wood. No, but they're gonna think that they're like fucking 5,000 IQ until they meet someone that like me that's like, you know, if you listen to like 5 seconds later, they tell you why that's bullshit. Actually, I'm gonna do it in here, not there. Fuck that guy. There we go. Have fun. Oh, now I actually need to fucking give you things. That's cool. You didn't have all this shit yesterday. You got her.
Good to see ya.
Good to see you too. No, and so back to the comic argument. It's the same kind of thing basically as that. Where, like, they'll take, like, a thing that's like, how accurate is this character to the character in the comic? And then they'll take, like, one detail from a singular comic that's never talked about ever again, and they'll be like, yes, because this happens this one time in this comic once a million years ago. This happens all the time. And it's like, that's not how that fucking works. That's like saying that because when Batman is 90 years old in the Frank Miller Dark Knight comic, and he makes a fucking exoskeleton suit because he physically can't move to fight Superman because he's too old, and that he knows he'd have his bones crushed if he did otherwise, because he's not young man anymore. And he has to like install shit in that soup to like help him move. That he wouldn't just have that for his entire life, like the second he puts on the Batman costume in his 20s up until he's 60 and then just decides to use it. And so it's not, and so I hate when they use that in like Batman vs Superman, because it feels unearned and it feels fucking dumb. I'm sorry, Zack Snyder, I love you, but that was really too soon. You should have had like 2 or 3 movies before that, and then you can make up some bullshit. Take. Fuck, I got the wrong kind. I just made a shitload of the wrong fucking framed things. That's fine. The worst case, I'll just go get more wood in a minute. I need these ones. God damn it. This is stupid. I need to stop ranting so much. But back to the... I love that. I need to stop ranting so much. Let's get back to the rant now. And so, one of the fun things about it that I like to think about is whenever they do break down comic book characters like that, or they're like, which one's most accurate? I think it's a failed argument, because they're so far still from actually being like that character that it's almost insulting to say it, because of the way the adaptation is done. Like, example, the closest I think we have to a proper adaptation of Batman is Matt Reeves, but that is only on the condition that when that Matt Reeves Batman sequel comes out, that it is about year 3. Because in the comic Year 3, it is strictly about Robin, and it is about him and his parents dying, and at Haley's Circus because of fucking... Oh, God, I always forget this ginger bastard's name. Tony Zuko, that's the one. Because Tony Zuko threatens his family, or like the circus, Haley's Circus in general, to pay protection fees in Gotham. And because the circus is a traveling circus, and like they don't like understand how fucked out Gotham really is, they're just like, lol, okay, we don't care. And so that's why they sabotage Haley's Circus and kill the Flying Graysons. And the fun part about that to me is that when that comic, when it continues, this isn't in any of the movies, which fucking annoys me. Even the like Batman and Robin or like Batman Forever from the 90s, they butchered this. And it pisses me off because Dick Grayson is like 18 in that fucking movie, so this scene didn't have to happen. So in the comics, Dick Grayson is 12 motherfucking years old. 2 years after double digits. 3 years almost after double digits when his parents fucking die, okay? He is a little boy. And because of that, he needs to either go to an orphanage or he has to be adopted. In the comics, he goes straight to an orphanage. And then Bruce Wayne has to spend several months of his life learning how to... He's talking with Jim Gordon. He's talking with Leslie Tompkins. If you guys watch Gotham, you know who Leslie Tompkins is, kind of, but that show is another clusterfuck of how to ruin Batman, so I'm not even going to touch that one yet. But Leslie Tompkins is Batman's therapist, and the only person in Gotham that actually knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. One of the interesting things about that is that he consoles in Leslie to ask how to act more like a parent, so that the people in Gotham, in the court systems, view him as a fit enough father that he can raise Dick Grayson. Because otherwise, Dick is just stuck in this orphanage full of assholes that keep bullying him. So over a 6-month process, Bruce has to like convince the courts over several court dates to allow him to adopt Dick Grayson, because according to the courts, they think that he's a fucking idiot that's irresponsible of his money, because at the time, that's what Bruce Wayne is portraying himself as with his fake personality. But he's also extremely irresponsible with his money, and extremely, like, shut-in. And so the reason this ties into Matt Reeves to me is because they depicted him as such a shut-in that's never out of his house and is always so awkward, and the media doesn't know what to think of him, and they don't think he's even safe for himself. And so that just plays into the idea of Robin having to have a court case so much more if they introduce him in the next movie. But knowing how Hollywood works, and knowing that they're so terrified after the Chris O'Donnell fucking Robin, I don't think that they will ever try to do something like that. And that shit makes me sad, because I would love to see them tie in Robin, because you can have an effective story that is darker with a child playing a fucking character like that that's realistic. Because the comics did it in a dark way that felt realistic. You just gotta adapt it properly. It's like they just kind of skim them and don't give a shit about the details, whereas some of them like actually read them and care about the details, and I don't get it. Like, where's the inconsistency of these writers coming from? But back to our fun Batman story. So after Dick finally gets adopted by Bruce, he's taken to the mansion, and one of the first things that's noted is that he basically starts saying a lot of shit that Bruce remembers saying to Alfred right after his parents were killed in Crime Alley. And so because of that, he basically immediately gives him like a pop quiz of like, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to do that? And then like as he's like saying yes, he's getting more confused, but he's also curious. And then eventually he takes him to the Batcave and tells him that he's Batman and wants to know if he wants to be his sidekick. And that is such a really cool fucking story to me, because it rather than being a story about people fighting crime, which technically that's the B story of the comic. The real story of the comic is, spoilers, Jason Todd was fucking murked by the Joker. I don't know if this is new to anyone, but neat fact, in the comics Jason Todd gets fucking murdered. And so this is right after that in the comics, and Bruce is extremely angry and violent. And Dick Grayson, who is now Nightwing, is trying to figure out how to calm down Bruce so he won't fucking knock people's teeth out and things, because he's genuinely too mad to work. And so, while he's trying to make Bruce calm down, we get his past through flashbacks of him remembering how Bruce was a father to him before Jason. And so he tries to remember what the lessons he learned from him when he was younger to try to, like, help Bruce get back into that personality of who he's supposed to be so he can be Batman again. And that's a really nice and heartfelt comic to me because of that background being there. And they could totally do that in the Matt Reeves Batman with the idea of how depressed he is all the time and how he's so angsty and how he's like, fuck you, Alfred, you're not my dad. Like, my problem is that every Batman movie does that, but then they never explore the opposite side, which is Robin. The reason he is like that is because he does not have a Robin. Once he has a Robin, he becomes more chipper and more actually in the headspace of I am a hero, not a vengeance-wielding maniac. And that's what causes him to be more calm and collected when he's actually investigating. And they never include that, or if they do, they just, like, make it some random bullshit that just causes him to have growth. Like, it'll be like one movie he's a dunderfuck, and the next movie, oh, it's 2 years later, so now Batman's just smarter and learned things off screen. But, like, why? It's fucking pointless that way, and it's less interesting. And the fact that there's so many members of the Bat family as well, there's like 8 to 9 motherfuckers that are sidekicks to Batman. And all of these motherfuckers are always there in the comics, but in the movies, they are close to never existent, if not complete ghosts. I think the closest we ever got to getting something even... This shit actually fucking blows my fucking shut up the wall. The Dark Knight is often talked about as being one of the best, like, superhero movies of all time. Because of my love for film and comics, I have so many gripes with that movie, it's not even funny, because I tried making a parody of it a few years ago, so I did a lot of research on the movie and comics, because I wanted to poke fun at everything to make it really fun. And then I just started hating the movie, because I started to find plot hole after plot hole after plot hole after stupid reference, and one of the biggest egregions that fucks me is that in the comics... The modern comics, mind you, they introduced a character that is named James Gordon Jr., who is the son of Jim Gordon. And Jim Gordon's son later turns into a criminal psychopath that's like an evil bad boy in Gotham. I do not like this idea, and I think it's fucking stupid. And the fun part is, in The Dark Knight, they have James Gordon, the younger son of fucking Jim Gordon, as a character who is almost killed by Two-Face at the end of the movie. I think that that scene alone would have been 1,000,000% more impactful if it was Barbara. The fact that Barbara Gordon is only shown in the background for a quarter of a second when Bruce is like, Batman is hanging out outside of Gordon's house and his kid comes outside for a minute is fucking pitiful. And the best part is she's not even named in the cast as Barbara Gordon. It's just Gordon's daughter for 3 seconds of screen time. I'm like, are you shitting me? How to spit on a comic 101. Let's make the background of background characters that hasn't even been written yet into a main character. So that's the fun of that fucking shit. And because of the stigma with as I mentioned before, with our good boy Mr. CSI fucking Chris O'Donnell, nobody wants to make Robin into a character in movies anymore. And the last time we had Robin technically in a Batman movie was the Lego Batman movie, but once again, I'm not talking about animation because animation has the Bat family all the goddamn time. They love using the Bat family. Shit, I got pissed off 2 days ago because there was an announcement from DC that they're making a movie about Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, but it's not going to be live action, and it's another animated film that's tied to fucking nothing. And if they just kept one consistent timeline, like they did back in the past when they had the DCAU, or like, yeah, with Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, and the Justice League cartoons and shit, and Batman Beyond, I can never forget that shit. But when they had all of those shows, and it was tied together, and then they stopped doing that, I just want to know who was the dumbass that said, hey, let's never do that again, that was too good. like, what thought process was there when making it to say, yeah, you know what? I think we put too much effort into making this whole timeline connected together. We should never try to do that ever again. And if we do, we should make it last for one season. Or we should do it in live action and make it the fucking Arrowverse. And then we're also going to restrict what characters they're allowed to use on TV, so that you're never allowed to see any fun characters on the screen ever. So, like, Joker's not allowed, that's a bad boy. Batman's not allowed, that's a bad boy. So like, I don't think I've even seen a Martian Manhunter yet in live action, aside of, like, fucking Zack Snyder for 3 seconds at the end of the extended cut of Justice League. But it's like, why are we allowed to have all of the semi-side characters of the Justice League, but none of the cool members? Or like, then there's fucking, oh, don't even get me started on what is it, Titans? That's the show. That is a whole other like fucking clusterfuck, where I'm like, why even include certain characters? One of the things that actually aggravates me about Titans is that in the comics, the reason that Dick Grayson ends up leaving Batman to become Nightwing in the first place is because of multiple things that pushed Bruce to, like, kicking him out. Which is, like, first of all, Dick starts to disobey his orders more on the field, which already, this is Batman we're talking about, so he's already a prudish bitch about that constantly. The next thing is that when they're... I forgot to make an axe. That's what I was supposed to do here. I'm stupid. I keep forgetting. No, but, the next thing that's important about it is that Dick drops out of college. This is really important because he constantly makes snarky remarks in the comics about how Barbara Gordon is still in college despite being Batgirl and also being Dick's girlfriend. And that it upsets Bruce that he dropped out of college to focus full-time on doing superhero shit. And then on top of that, there's also the fear that Bruce has as a parent of not wanting Dick to get hurt, which is the final straw that drives him to firing Robin. And the funny thing is that they don't use any of those 3 reasons in Titans for why fucking Dick goes in the beginning of the first episode and goes, oh, fuck Batman, I hate him. Like, they don't give you that kind of background. It's literally just because they have creative differences is basically their reason. And it's the stupidest shit to me when it's like, you have reasons, just use them. If you're adapting stuff, like, you don't have to make it one-to-one, but you can, like, mix and match things to make the perfect outcome. And, like, the fact that they just avoid reading stuff is fucking stupid to me. My least favorite thing is whenever they're adapting stuff that's, like, a clear adaptation of something, and they tell the actors or writers, oh, don't read the source material, don't watch the source material. Are you high? What the fuck? Are you joking? Why would you not want them to, like, research the material that they're fucking making an adaptation on? How else are they supposed to make the adaptation? They don't know what they're doing. And I guess, like, if you're good at directing, you don't need them to do that, and you can just tell them what to do, because I guess there's the fear that... Let's take Harry Potter, for example, with the new series coming out. Let's say that, like, you're a dumb kid that's never read a Harry Potter book and you've never seen the movies. and like you don't know anything about it, and you're going to audition to play the characters, right? If you started reading the books and you discover some crazy shit that's going to happen in a book later on, you might act differently in your role early on, anticipating your character to change. And so that could affect how you act, and that's why they might keep things from you, or why they might not have you look in the source material. Because, like, example, like, we'll go back to Harry Potter example, because I've been reading that recently. There's some stuff in Goblet of Fire that is fucking insane, that is completely different from the movie, that the movie is actually a pitiful joke in comparison to how fucking batshit the book gets at times. And when I think about how much in that book could be like adapted, and how dark it could end up getting, and how different shit is, the biggest example I think of is Dobby. Okay, everyone's favorite characters in the movies that don't know a lot about the books, they get gay over Dobby. They're like, Dobby's my favorite character, he's a house elf that shows up in 2 movies. And I'm like, oh wow, that's fantastic, did you know he shows up in 5 books? And they're like, what the fuck did you just say? And they get really upset, and like, well, here's the thing, right? Because the movies do Dobby real fucking dirty, okay? He's a real goddamn important character, okay? And they really like to tittle his balls, and I don't get it. And I think his death is unearned in the movie, because he literally shows... In the movie, Dobby's timeline is, he shows up to warn Harry about bullshit, and then he leaves, and then after he leaves, he comes back like 7.5 years later to help one more time and dies. Whereas in the books, he helps... also, I forgot to mention, right after he gets freed by Harry, he sits there and he's like, you're my best friend, Harry Potter. I will protect you always. In the movie, he doesn't really keep that promise. In the books, he keeps that promise, because in Goblet of Fire onward, he works at Hogwarts in the kitchens with several other house elves, but in particular with one named Winky, who is an alcoholic. And one of the funniest things to me about it is that he's there to keep an eye on Harry and to make sure that Harry gets good food. That is his whole reason for being at Hogwarts. It's not because he wants to get paid, he wants to be closer to Harry. And so from that point on, he's working at Hogwarts. And then, like, he ends up giving Harry the gillyweed, which in the fucking movie, they make it Neville that gives him the gillyweed. No, in the book, Harry is looking around for months trying to figure out what the fuck he should do in order to, like, get through the second task, because he doesn't want to drown. And so he's, like, literally having panic attacks and, like, breakdowns and, like, screaming and smashing shit because he's not able to, like, figure out what to do. And everyone else is like, this shit's easy, I'll be able to get them out, no problem. And so eventually Dobby's like, oh, Harry Potter, I have this thing for you, have you looked at this book? And then he, like, shows him the gillyweed, and then he goes and takes it from Snape's fucking office. Because that's the funny thing, right? Like, when you think about it from, like, the context of the films, how in the hell did Snape not know that Neville Longbottom, of all people, broke into his office to steal gillyweed? How the fuck would he ever suspect that of being Harry? And then, like, he would have to be somebody he wouldn't be able to see, right? Which is the entire point, because Dobby apparates into the room in order to steal the gillyweed, and then apparates out of the room to leave. And so the reason Snape thinks that it was Harry at all is because he knows Harry has that stupid invisibility cloak. And so as far as he knows, he's using the cloak to go inside of his office and take shit to do different things, because Harry just happens to have the stuff that goes missing from his office and nobody's there. And so I hate that that's cut out, because that entire plot point is stupid. Oh, they actually have the line in the movie where Snape mentions that, but it doesn't feel earned once again because it's missing the context. And so I find it comical from that sense. But when you get more into it, I just find it so fun of how that's butchered. And if you didn't know, right, that Dobby's a character, and you start reading the books and you learn that shit and you're supposed to act, let's say you get the Chamber of Secrets, and then suddenly, like, you're just freaking the fuck out over Dobby, and then at the end of the movie, when it's supposed to be really sad because you're not really going to see Dobby again, quote unquote, you know you're going to see Dobby in the next movie, and so you're like, oh boy, I can't wait to see this little elf thing again. And so you don't really have that same energy, that you would if you think they're actually disappearing. Despite it probably being a fucking tennis ball on a stick or like a puppet when they're actually filming at the time. But you get my point of what I'm trying to get to, right? And so they can't like give, so maybe they don't want you to look in the source material because of that. And because you might end up figuring out something that's going to change your performance in the end. But at the same time, I don't think that should go for every single member of the cast. I think there should be at least 5 fucking people that do their homework on the writing team or something at all times, so that they have somewhat of a know what they're working on. Like the Halo TV show is a great example of how to absolutely fucking alienate an audience and destroy something because they knew nothing about it. Star Wars is very slowly becoming that, because like it seems like the writers just don't give a shit. Or the more common thing that's coming out with Disney and that is that they'll hire somebody to write something, and then they'll write this really good idea and they go, wow, that's great, and now and then they fire that guy, or they like tell that guy to go work on something else, and then they change every idea he had so that they can make it fit into their like timeline. And I don't understand the process or the thinking behind it, because like there's, on one hand it's like, yeah, I want to push a message. On the other hand, can you push the message without like ruining other shit in the process? Because you can take things that are already diverse or already talk about political issues and just expand upon the way that that's already written in the original source material. You don't have to, like, the thing that fucks me hardest about stuff like Harry Potter or like Halo is that the writers seem to have literally no fucking idea what they're making an adaptation of, and I don't get where their lack of understanding comes from. Like a decent example is in The Order of the Phoenix, which I just started reading the book for. It actually made me die laughing, because the first chapter of The Order of the Phoenix explains why the guy that wrote and directed the film is a fucking dumbass that doesn't know anything about the series, okay? And that is because the movie opens with Harry sitting on a park bench, right? Actually, no, it technically opens in the clouds, right? If you want to get real technical. It has the clouds, and then it shows the Harry Potter logo. You hear Hedwig's theme. You're getting all into the mood. And then it shows the park. And then Harry's sitting on a park on a swing, and he's all sad and depressed. And he's sitting there looking around. And then Dudley comes over with his stupid friends, and he starts bullying Harry. Here is the problem with the scene immediately, is that in the book, they literally spell out why this scene is stupid. Because here's how that scene goes in the book. In the book, Harry first wakes up at his house, or no, technically he's not even waking up, he's already awake. He's lying at his house outside of the window, and he's just listening to the news on the TV, because the Dursleys just kind of fucking hate him, as they usually do, and they don't want him anywhere near the inside of the home, or just sitting around them in general. So in order for him to actually hear what's going on in the news, he has to like sit outside the window and listen inside to hear stuff. And so after that, like, he exposes himself by hearing a noise on a car, like something landing, that being a wizard, he assumes it's something apparating or like teleporting, right? And so like he bumps his fucking head on the windowsill, and then Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vermin come and chew him out for a minute. After he gets chewed out, he leaves the house and goes to the park. This is where we meet Dudley, but Dudley completely ignores Harry. And the reason he completely ignores Harry is because he is scared shitless of Harry, because he's a wizard and knows that he can fucking kill him in any second, and doesn't even know how he would do it. And so Dudley completely ignores Harry and leaves the park with his friends. 2 hours later, Dudley comes back to the park without his friends, and then walks casually by Harry, and then Harry walks up to him and starts to basically antagonize Dudley, being like, hey, Big D, did you beat up another 10-year-old like it is in the movie? The difference there that Harry describes is that the only reason that Dudley does not come up to him is because he would be too scared to sit there in front of his friends and to, like, cower at Harry for pulling out a stick out of his pocket and pointing it at his face. That would look like the most demasculating, like, pussy shit in the world to his gangster friends, who would otherwise be whipping stones at people or smoking joints on the corner of the road. This is basically in the book. Well, it's cigarettes, but I'm gonna say joints because they're more edgy. Fuck it. But, basically, the whole point is Dudley would not confront Harry with his friends because he's a bitch. In the movie, Dudley has balls for some reason and doesn't mind looking like a bitch in front of his friends if Harry pulls out his wand. And that's just how the movie opens. And so that's just a great example to me of somebody completely misunderstanding what they're adapting and just doing whatever the fuck they want because they skimmed it. Because if you actually read it, you realize that what you did is an insult to the first chapter. Because they spell out in the chapter why that scene is fucking stupid. And there's a lot of stuff that does that nowadays, and it kind of annoys me because I just wonder where the fuck good adaptations went. Not that we've really had a good adaptation of things before. I think the closest thing to a good adaptation we have had, ironically, is this Netflix show, Series of Unfortunate Events, and with Neil Patrick Harris. And the reason why I think that one is most likely the most accurate shit we've had so far is strictly because of the fact that inside of that show, I remember when I was watching it with my girlfriend, and we have the books, and I thought it'd be funny, because I was having the same rant with her, to just pull the books off my shelf and read the books while we were watching the episodes, and I had my fucking mind blown, because it is almost word for word exactly the same as the books. There are characters that are race swapped, but they're done in such a way that you wouldn't even... It's not like they give enough detail about the character in the book to say that they're a race anyway, and they don't change their dialogue or anything, so they're still the exact same character, and that is when I think you do things well for doing stuff like that. Aside from that, you could read the book, and it would be like subtitles. And the only difference is that whatever's not actually said in the show is shown visually. So, example, in the very first chapter, in the very first part of the book, it's describing the 3 children growing up in this mansion with these rich and smart parents, and how all of them have their different set of skills. It then describes their feelings as the house burns down, and how the son of the family, Klaus, starts looking through the library at all the burnt books. Rather than having the narrator say that he's going through the library and looking at all the burnt books, they just show Klaus do that. And I think that is very well done. Is that when you don't need the narrator and you can use the actual show to demonstrate what's happening, that is far more entertaining than having the show basically completely change in order to like try to describe what's happening, or film, or whatever the medium is. The fact that they have to like completely change something to make it work doesn't feel fitting to me, when they can make minor adjustments and have it all perfect. Which is why I hope for the series that they're doing for Harry Potter, since it's going to be made by HBO, and since they have a colorful history with censorship, let's say, in the sense that they don't quite give a flying fuck what they show on TV, because they have their own network, right? And so they'll have episodes of shows that are like PG and are okay, or sometimes even G, and then the next episode could be something that's like a hard R with like fucking violence, like a TVMA type show, right? And so because of that, I have confidence that they're not going to dwindle down or pussy out on any of the really intense scenes that are supposed to happen in later on in the series. Because I think another big thing that held back the Harry Potter books, the Harry Potter films compared to the books, was the fact that there's so many shots that are so fucking dark when you're reading the books. Like, not visually, like it's not like, oh no, turn the light bulb on. I mean, like, they're fucking morbid, that if you tried to show an 11-year-old this shit, they would cry. Like, the whole ending of Goblet of Fire has a dude discussing basically how there was a woman that was the prime minister, like the minister of magic, had a woman that was investigating his son, because Barty Crouch Jr. was a little cocksucker, right? And so because this woman was getting a little too close to figuring out stuff she wasn't supposed to, they used the Imperious Curse on this woman, which, for those who aren't fully versed in Harry Potter, what that means is they used a memory charm on her so that she would forget who she was, and then told her, oh, you're this person's fucking girlfriend, basically, or you're the housewife, you're the maid, and so your job is to just clean things and walk around here with a smile. You love doing this. And then any time she would start to break from that character, or like start to remember who she was in the past, they would just use the spell on her again so that she would continue to forget who she is. And they would just keep doing this over and over, no matter how many times they had to, like, torture this woman just because they wanted to, like, fucking keep their secret hidden away from everyone. And then eventually... What the fuck is that? I swear, I keep looking at this thing a million times and I keep forgetting everything. But either way, and so eventually, after they do this enough times, they just kill the woman. And they just leave her body out and, like, bury it in the back of their mansion. And so they have Barty Crouch describing all of this shit under, like, some drugs at the end of the fucking Goblet of Fire. And in the movie, this whole scene is completely different, and it's actually the most pathetic joke I've ever seen, because they turned it into a dick joke. Where, like, it's the scene, everyone that watched this movie is going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. You're probably confused when I said what I said a minute ago if you've only seen the films, but this part's going to make it funny. So in the movie, this is the scene when Mad Eye drags Harry up to his tower and then, like, starts freaking out and is like, "In the graveyard, were there others?" And then Harry's like, "I didn't mention anything about a graveyard, Professor." And so in that scene, this is the scene, right, where Snape breaks in the door and then grabs him and then forces the Polyjuice potion, or like the anti-Polyjuice potion down his throat. I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head, but basically the shit that makes it wear off so that he turns back into Barty Crouch. And then, like, he makes a dick joke where he's like, "Oi, yeah, I'll show you mine if you show me yours," and he pulls out his dark mark on his arm for fucking Voldemort. and that's, like, the whole scene in the film. That's the same scene I was just describing where he talks about his father, like, making a woman forget who she is and torturing and basically taking advantage of that woman. That is in that scene. And they make it a dick joke in the movie, and then that's the end of the movie. And it is the most pathetic shit I have ever seen. And I'm hoping that HBO will have the nuts to actually have that scene in its entirety. And also, that scene is so important because it is the reason why every line in the book... There's a meme that went around for a long time about Dumbledore asked calmly, or said calmly, right? Where it's like, "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire, Harry?" Dumbledore asked calmly. And then it shows the scene in the movie where, like, fucking Dumbledore runs after him and he's like, "Harry, Harry, you put your name in the Goblet of Fire." And the funny thing is, that is far more important than that meme makes it out to be. Because in the book, up until that point, literally every single fucking time that Dumbledore speaks, he speaks calmly. They never say that he speaks angrily or that he speaks quickly or hastily. It's calmly. And that's important because the second that they find out that Barty Crouch is the guy pretending to be Mad Eye, Dumbledore loses his mind and he becomes the fucking Terminator. And he says angeredly for Snape to get the equipment, like a torture scene. And he has to go get stuff from his office and come back to force Barty Crouch Jr. into giving up all the information. And that is the only time out of 3 books now that he has gotten angry. And every other line is, "Dumbledore said calmly." And the film ruins that, in my opinion, by making him get angry over shit that doesn't matter. Because that is not Dumbledore's character. And that is where Harold Ramis probably... sorry, not Harold Ramis. Fucking Richard Harris. God, I'm thinking of a Ghostbusters for some reason. That's where Richard Harris was probably the better Dumbledore in my opinion. Because he was constantly a very calm and well-spoken man as Dumbledore, even in the most, like, fucked out of times. Even during the troll scene when he's telling everyone to be silent, right after he's like, "Silence! We must be calm." That's basically the whole scene. And, like, he understands that he's supposed to be the rational person. And then Michael Gambit, not to say that he's a bad Dumbledore, but he's like a far more crackpotted Dumbledore than he is in the books. And so that's one of the interesting changes there that I think is fun. But hopefully they won't butcher that in the HBO series. That is one thing we can hope for. There was also a big thing going on the other day where, like, this is actually a different topic we're going to tie into along with Harry Potter. It's fun. We're getting into conspiracy theories now, and we're getting into woke culture. Get ready to put on your fucking tinfoil hats, boys. So, here's the neat fact that we're going to discuss real quick. Inside of the casting call just went out for the 3 leads for Harry Potter, for, like, Ron, Harry, and Hermione, right? And the casting call has a bunch of default stuff requirements that are, like, listed where it's like, oh, well, it's not even requirements. It's more like an anti-requirement, in the sense that, what the fuck is a laying barrel? In the sense that literally nothing inside of it. Oh, good. Let's make one of those. Is technically required. Basically, it's all game. So, like, it doesn't matter if you're handicapped. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, any other race, any other context, any other color. You can play Ron, Harry, or Hermione. And I think it's written that way, not because they're trying to be quote-unquote woke or they're trying to be, like, over-diverse. It's because they're going to get sued up the ass for not saying that. It doesn't mean they have to hire you just because you audition. And I think that's something that these people don't take into consideration. And so in all these interviews I've been seeing... Sorry, my voice died. In all these interviews I've been seeing, people are losing their minds about it. And they're like,
Oh my god, they're gonna do the cursed child thing. They're gonna cast Hermione to be black. They're gonna butcher the show.
and I'm like, I don't think that's what's really going to happen. I think the difference that we're looking for here is that they're just trying to hire people. And if you really want to get diverse, almost half, there is a perfect divide. I did research on this, like I calculated by reading the books out of the characters. There's a perfect divide between what characters are white and what characters are of different descent. But also, I'm not gonna, when I say white, I'm not gonna say that that's a singular race, because there are people inside of Harry Potter that are British, that are Irish, that are fucking from New Zealand. There are different types of people at Hogwarts, right? That are white, that might not be quote-unquote Caucasian or white, right? And so there's a lot of diversity that they could be casting for that is more interesting to think about. Not to mention, just like the movies, they're locking the casting call to people only from the UK and Ireland, just like they did with the movies, because they want to make sure that people have authentic accents and are more authentic to the characters. Because I'm sorry, I'm 24, and I'm still, my closest thing to sounding like a British person is, "Oh, good eye, Gov. Would you like to have some fucking tea, yeah?" And I'm pretty sure that if I did that in front of an actual British or Australian man, they'd think I'm fucking offensive as shit. And I guarantee that a 9-year-old would be able to be just as good if they were doing that for a movie and they're American. I fucking double dog dare you. They'll be just as competent as I was in that one line. And so that's probably why they're keeping the casting call strictly for Ireland and the US. Also, you need this fucking 11 barrels? Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm gonna go get the strip logs and then I'm gonna get the barrels. but back into the good old conspiracy talk. The neat part about it to me is that I cannot watch a fucking review on the internet anymore, like a video that talks about literally anything, without somebody trying to ram politics down my throat or saying that like that politics are the reason something is bad. Politics are not the reason everything sucks, my friends. The reason everything sucks is because they keep fucking butchering it, or making changes that are stupid. Making a character a different race isn't the problem. The problem is making that character a different race and then stripping every quality of what made that character that character. Here's a fun example. There is a new Garfield movie that came out that's fucking trash. And the two things that I think ruined that Garfield movie is, first of all, the fact that the main character of Garfield is played by Chris Pratt. Now, Chris Pratt is a competent actor when he's on screen sometimes, but he cannot voice act worth shit. I'm sorry. There is not a... It is like a fucking South Park joke when that motherfucker is cast in a movie. Every film he is in, it is like, Chris Pratt starring as Chris Pratt in this new movie. Like, you know the fucking joke of I could do 1,000 impressions? And it's like, hi, here's my impression of Samuel Jackson. Hi, I'm Samuel Jackson. Do you want to hear my impression of Clint Eastwood? Hi, I'm Clint Eastwood. That's basically Chris Pratt's whole acting career. And for some reason, everyone keeps hiring him, and I don't fucking understand it. He's terrible. And, like, the fun part about that is, I could see that being the future of... That's why movies suck, right? The other reason why the Garfield movie sucks is because Odie in the comics and in shows traditionally for Garfield is supposed to be a stupid dog. The idea of him is that he's so ignorantly dumb that he doesn't understand what he's doing is bad or annoying. And that's why Garfield gets so annoyed by him, is because he can't control the fact that he's stupid. That's just Odie. And so they made him Brain from fucking Inspector Gadget, basically, where he's the smart one, but he acts stupid to keep his place. And it is the most ridiculous shit I have ever seen. And I don't get what the thought process was behind changing the character to make it like that. Because I feel like you could have done that literally any other way, and it would have been far more entertaining. And my worst thing is, when it comes to making films that are adaptations of stuff like video games, on one hand, you can do pretty cool ones with live action if you're not straight up adapting it. Like, let's take Fallout for an example, right? In Fallout, what they did there is they took the show and they took the idea of how the mechanics work in the game and how the mechanics work of how the story is put together, and then they took that to a location that they have not explored yet. Because they're doing that in a way that's not overwriting an existing story, and because it's its own separate thing, it's far more digestible than it would be if they made Fallout New Vegas the show, and they made it so that the whole show is about the carrier, or the courier, if you want to pronounce it that way, I'm sorry, that you play as in the Mojave Wasteland, and they just kind of pick what ending for you. As we know, Fallout's a multiple choice game, so there's like 4 or 5 fucking endings in Fallout New Vegas, right? And if they made a show about that, they would have to pick an ending, and that's why they didn't do that. And that's why even the second season of Fallout, even though it's going to take place in New Vegas, I don't think it's going to like definitively pick an ending for the game, because they're probably going to like look at things as an angle of what if a little bit of everything happened. And even if they do pick a definitive kind of like direction of how it goes, is that really gonna like kill the game? Because once again, it's an open-ended game that you can replay multiple times. The show you can enjoy for what it is because it's not trying to be the game. And that's where other things fail, in my opinion, is they try to be something without being that thing, and then they wonder what went wrong. And so, with all the woke shit that's going on, I cannot watch a fucking review without somebody sitting there and going,
The reason why this sucks is because there's a black woman in the show.
and everyone's like,
Yeah, hell yeah, that's not racist. Fuck yeah, I agree with that. Woke Hollywood is stupid.
and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the most open racism I've seen in years, but people are just like pretending it's something else. The problem here is not, my voice is dying again. Once again, the problem is not like having a character that's a certain race or like removing it. The problem is having bland and shitty characters. The less bland they become, the more fulfilling the show is to enjoy. And the more fulfilling it is to enjoy, the less you give a shit. Like example, Jim Gordon being black in the Batman isn't gonna make me write a 4-hour hate speech about how, oh, I can't believe it, Jim Gordon is supposed to be a white guy and you made him African American. I'm more likely to bitch about the fact that it's a weird thing in Hollywood that they keep replacing gingers with black people, because that seems a little fucking odd. And that is a genuine thing that's been going on. Like, name a movie that's a comic book film or something, or an adaptation in the past 10 years where there is a ginger main character like Jimmy Olsen, Jim Gordon, anything like that, where they haven't replaced him with an African-American actor. It's fucking weird, and I don't get why they do it. I don't know if they're just scared of gingers, if they can't find any to hire that aren't Bill Burr, or, yeah, Bill Burr, and they're just like, maybe he's not right for the role. But, like, I'm pretty sure more gingers exist than that. So I don't know why they keep, like, replacing them. And then they don't change their personalities or anything. And like, that's more offensive to me, because you basically take a black dude and make him white. And I'm not gonna lie, that's no different for me than, like, when you're watching a show, or, like, walking down the street, unfortunately, nowadays, and you have a white guy that talks like he grew up in the hood. Like, there's a difference with Eminem doing it, who literally grew up in Detroit, and a guy that you know went to a private school and lived with rich parents, but did cocaine last week, and so now he's like, yo, what's good, man? What the fuck you up to, homie? You wanna go douse an 8-ball? Like, that shit's weird to me. It's different if, like, you grew up there and your neighbors are like that. It's different when you didn't grow up there and your only experience is Grand Theft Auto or the crack addict you met in high school last month. Those people are fucking weird white guys to me. The same way that, like, it's like the meme of, like, on Vine of, like, the black dude is like, white guys be like, can I play with my credit card? like the more that, like, guys start talking like that, it starts to become strange to me. It's not like saying that they need to all act like they're different, but it's like, I don't think that a 6'5" black guy with huge muscles would be cowering and crying in a corner when they're getting robbed, in comparison to the 5'6" ginger, very skinny Jimmy Olsen. I'm just saying one is more believably going to be robbed and need to be saved by Superman over and over and over than the other. So that is the concern. It's that the character doesn't look fitting to the part. If it looks like he could, like, deck Superman and not, like, fucking blink, I don't think they should be playing a pussy. And the same way that, like, for any kind of role like that, in my opinion, though. And so the biggest problem with woke culture, in my opinion, with reviews and stuff, is that nobody can give you a straight answer toward why something really sucks that isn't, like, overly sexist or overly racist. And if you try to call them on it, they'll say that you're the racist and that they're doing things perfectly fine and that there's nothing weird about what they're saying. And their whole fan base will jump down your throat and be like, you just like this shit. You're evil. You're the devil. And I'm like, what the fuck even? Also, am I sped or something? I swear I was supposed to give this guy stripped oat logs and they didn't take it from me. Oh no, they did, I guess. So I need to get barrels, standing barrels, stone. I don't have any fucking oh. That's right, I have to actually make stone. I forgot I don't have a silk touch. So let's do that quick. We'll get some stone generation on the way while we continue our rant. And I'll actually try to get those barrels done now that I have some fucking brain cells. Fuck it. I think I need 11, but I'm gonna make 8 for now. Yeah, there we go. Alright, how do I even get this shit? Can I craft oak wood, or do I need to find it from specific types of trees? No shit. Wait. Oh, okay. Yep, that's easy. I can do that. Do I need more shit to make an axe? 1 minute. No, I have enough iron. I also have a nearly broken axe if I really wanted to, but I'm not gonna bother with that. Fuck it. Also, another thing about the quote-unquote woke culture that's something that I feel like we actually need to complain about is, on a less racist standpoint, the idea that every character in any show ever has to be played by somebody of that descent. Because I can easily spin how that's a stupid fucking idea on multiple levels, but then the media will also spin on why I'm a racist for it. But here we go. Let's get into it with the brass tacks, right? If you're making a movie about a caveman that takes place in ancient times, okay? I want you to think about this, right? They really process this. You're making a movie about cavemen. Who do you know that is still a 100% blood caveman? I will wait. If you can tell me that you met a guy last week that was thawed out of a block of ice that still speaks by going, and then walks around with a big fucking club wearing a loincloth, if you can find that motherfucker and you can tell me that he still exists, then yeah, you can make that caveman movie, dude. That's fine. Until then, that's off limits. That's racist. because we don't have a race of cavemen anymore that can play cavemen in movies. So we just can't touch that if it's 20,000 put full. That's not allowed. No more cavemen movies. Also, dinosaurs. We're not allowed to make CGI creatures anymore because that might be physically or mentally distressing to the ancestors of these creatures, okay? I have a bearded dragon in my living room, alright? That bearded dragon is a beautiful species that I guarantee evolved from an actual fucking dinosaur. You know why? Because in the ancient times, the medieval times of like the 1800s and the 1700s, do you know what a fucking dinosaur was called? A dragon. Because that's what we used to call them. And then medieval writers, I guess scientists decided to change it to dinosaur, and then medieval people started calling it, or like modern medieval writers, right? Like not people from that time, because they still thought those were dinosaurs. Now, they give them wings, and they call them dragons. So that's how they turned that term into a different thing now, right? And so, technically, there's no real dragons anymore. They're not using lizards inside of Godzilla movies. I'm offended. That's not correct. You shouldn't do that anymore. Fuck you. That's just a crime. Oh, and we can't have anything like snow dogs and like like thing like snow pups or like wonder pups or like any kind of those like Disney movies of a talking dog. We can't have those movies anymore. Because we have real humans voicing the dogs, okay? Do you know how fucking gross that is? Dogs bark. They don't even fucking speak English. And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna dub over a dog? You don't know what that dog's saying. For all you know, it's saying, help me, get me away from this wench. I want some fucking food and lick my balls. And instead, you're making it a romance scene where the dog's going, oh, I love you. I'm so happy you're here. No, the dog's not happy. You told that thing what to say, you offensive prick. Now, are you starting to hear the problem? If we started doing this for fucking everything, we wouldn't be able to have shows anymore. We wouldn't have television anymore. We wouldn't have fucking dick anymore. Because it would all be gone to, like, censorship. And the reason I bring this up is because there's shows like The Cleveland Show or The Simpsons that have white guys playing African American characters or playing Indian descended characters. And because they're using an accent and they're white, they had to be fired because that's not allowed. Now, that is fucking, that's old news. I understand. And it was big for a week when it was old news. And then nobody give the fuck anymore. But I think more people should give a fuck because that's where this bullshit started, in my opinion. Because if we didn't care about that, we wouldn't have cared about half the things we do. And so that's like our beginning point of like starting to change actors for animated properties or films because they're not that race. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is a fucker doing that in real life. Let's get real, okay? Robert Downey Jr. is the only white man that has ever acted in a movie without getting hate. Actually, this is a lie. He's got hate, but like, let's put it this way. He's still walking down the street and he still played Iron Man for 10 goddamn years, okay? He didn't get gunned down outside of his home. Put that into consideration. This man played a black guy with full black makeup from head to toe and his fucking hair and nails. His eyes had contacts. This man was turned black. And people were like, yeah, that's cool. I love this movie. Fucking Tropic Thunder's great. And then like, not even 2 years ago, he's in a different movie where he's playing a Hispanic man. And the same thing. Everyone's like, yeah, this movie's fucking great. And, but like... and so, like, why is it we can do that in live action, but now cartoons are a problem? Like, oh, we can't watch fucking anything that has a colored character if they're voiced by someone that's not that colored. That's offensive. That's racism. But watch Robert Downey Jr. do it in real life. Also, this isn't me saying that what Robert's doing is bad. This is me saying he's the fucking G, okay? Because he is the only one that is able to actually do that, and nobody gives a fuck, it seems. Am I missing more barrels or something? Do I need more sticks or some shit? I'm just gonna ram shit in my inventory and see what works out. I've just been so on the rant that this isn't even technically a video at this point. Oh yeah, that's right, you needed stone. I got the stone for you. I don't have the stone for you. I put it in the fucking chest. And so this is our beautiful world that's backwards as fuck that we live in, and I find it hilarious. Because eventually we're just not going to have an industry. And speaking of not having an industry, let's get into some conspiracies involving the Illuminati real quick before I hop on the break for a minute. So my girlfriend sent me this video earlier that made me laugh really goddamn hard. And I'm going to go really big on the Illuminati when I get back from break, but I'm going to do this small story first to like build up to it, right? So the fun part is that it's this video of a bunch of people with black eyes. And it's saying that like, and it's the cringiest fucking shit I've ever read. And like the captions like, they're all part of the club, but you're not. And all I can think of is like, what club? The Getting Diddled Club? And so the whole idea of it is that like everyone that has a black eye, here's the best part. It's literally just a black eye. It does not have to be like the same type of black eye. It doesn't have to be the same color. It doesn't have to be the same shade or shape. One of them could be literally covering half your forehead, and the other one could be a tiny mark under your eye like you haven't slept that night. But either way, they're all connected together in this cult of like secret Illuminati people, apparently, according to this one dipshit online. And it is the absolute funniest thing I'd ever read and seen, because the best part is, so 5 of the pictures are real in the sense that like it's an actual black eye. Half of them are photos from movies. Like there's a photo of Ryan Gosling from a fucking military movie he was in 2009 where he has a black eye because in the previous scene he gets hit in the face, and they use that as if it's a real black eye to try to prove a point. And I'm like, these people are fucking stupid. What is this theory? What is it coming from? Everyone that has a black eye in Hollywood is connected to like a fucking cult? Because if it was a symbol, right? Like let's say everyone in Hollywood had a fucking tattoo right under their eye, like some Mike Tyson type shit, that was like a little curve with like a circle, like a fish hook, and that was on half of Hollywood under their eye, then I would say it's a conspiracy, and then I would say maybe you have something that could be considered real. But when it's just fucking literally random black eyes, some are real, some are fake, some are celebrities, some of them are just random people, like, what club are you fucking talking about? The I'm a dipshit club? Because I'm happy to not be in it at that point. Like, some conspiracies actually have their research done, and then other conspiracies have absolutely no research at all. And the ones that actually have research are obviously more interesting because they have something to back it up. And the scary part is that some of them aren't even conspiracies after a while, because eventually they get backed up so much they're proven. Like example, I mentioned the other day in the last Minecraft stream, the thing about fucking aliens, and how the government told us all aliens are real, except for none of us give a shit, and we still say the fucking government's lying to us, even though they admitted it. And it's comical to me, because it's like we always need something to stir up, even if it's not real, just because of views or something. Like, I can't imagine half of these people actually believe the shit they're trying to promote. If they do, then goddamn, fucking more power to them, I guess. But like, where the hell did their brain cells go?
Oh boy, I just need 2 beds.
I'm gonna walk in here, gonna sleep in our little Betty Boo. I don't think any of our villagers have died yet, so that's a good sign. When I get back and I start hopping into the old Illuminati chat, I might also try to like actually focus more on the game, so I'm not walking back and forth between that chest and this house for fucking 20,000 hours. So in the meantime, let's just make a. Oh wait, how do I fucking do that thing? 1 minute. There's a fucking thing I can make, which is how the fuck do I do that shit? 1 minute. I think I need leather, paper. I think it's this, this. No. What's the fucking thing called? I can't remember if it was like a list or a note or what the fuck this piece of shit is. Resource scroll, that's the one. This is what I need. Fuck. Sticks. Okay, I got it. We're working on it. Bada bing. I need it. Fuck! God damn it. Get back in there. I need this thing so I don't have to keep going back and forth for 20,000 hours. Okay. Boom! Alright. Fuck off. Fucking blow me. The actual only object I need left to finish this is a bed. You know what? Screw it. I'll just go get the bed ingredients fit quickly and then I'll go on break. I didn't realize I was actually doing it. I thought I was fucking up this whole time. Actually, give me back those apples. I need to eat.
I'm coming for you, sheepies.
And also I'll give a little sneak bit while I'm getting these sheep quickly into the Illuminati topic I'm gonna get into. But one of the neat things is I did some. I might have to pull up my page just so I can fact check live on stream here. But I did a little bit of research into what the actual Illuminati is and where it was founded and why it existed, and it fucking hurts my head. Because after doing that research, I've discovered that the tinfoil hat motherfuckers are even more insane than I thought they were. Because the interesting thing is, the original Illuminati is essentially the exact opposite. I mean the exact opposite of what everyone thinks it is, apparently, according to, like, modern media. Because, like someone in the comments, like, I know there's somebody watching this right now. You can confirm right now, if you want to, if I'm wrong about this. But I'm 98% sure that most of the world right now is under the impression the Illuminati is some secret cult being ran by the government in connection to Hollywood in order to, like, control the world through, like, lizard people or some bullshit. Even if the lizard people aren't connected, that's basically the premise of what people think the Illuminati is. And the irony is that the real Illuminati was set up in Germany in the 1600s to 1800s, before Germany was actually called Germany. That's why I have to fact check when I get back, because I have the name of what it was called listed in my notes. But basically, what the Illuminati used to be, I called them like moral police. Essentially, you would have your government, and then you have the Illuminati, their job is to basically come and enforce laws that are morally acceptable. So, like, example that I gave earlier when discussing this is, let's say there's a court case where a man steals a loaf of bread from a farmer, and then that farmer chases the man down and impales him with a fucking pitchfork, okay? So, in, like, the more medieval sense, the normal people of that period would probably say, that guy got what he deserved, he robbed that man, so he died for it. What the Illuminati's job is to basically go, dumbass, well, actually, that guy, all he did really was take a piece of bread. He didn't need to lose his life over that. He could have just had a few slappings on the wrist and possibly been strung for a few days by, like, his hands or something. He didn't have to be murdered for that. He could have been locked up. And so then everyone basically looks at them and goes, ah, shit, you're right, Mr. Illuminati man, we'll do it that way. So that's what the original Illuminati's job was, according to my research, back in 1600s Germany. But you have to remember, once again, 1600s. This is before the fucking First Great World War. This is before the Second World War. This is before we had the United Nations. So, way before anything involving our current governments that could involve what we call the Illuminati today. And so basically some fuckhead on 4chan or something, like, figured out what that was from, like, a newspaper article, or it was like,
I knew this guy who knew this guy who knew this guy who knew this guy's cousin who told me that the Illuminati came from here and they did this.
And then that blew into a wildfire of what we call the Illuminati today. And so now there's people that think we have like an underground cult that's like fucking controlling everything. And it makes me laugh really hard because, okay, I'm not going to say that we do not have a secret government or something that's controlling everything, because that is a possibility. It is not like, but let's put it this way. If something was so secretive like that, who the fuck would know about it? Let that question rattle around your head for a minute, okay? Because think of it like, it's like you could say P. Diddy thing is a good example, because he's been doing this motherfucking shit for 20 years, and he just got arrested for it. Yeah, think about that. P. Diddy has been fucking molesting people, drugging them at parties, trafficking women and shit for over 20 years, and nothing was done about it. So there's clearly some shit going on where there's like some secret underground stuff, but that's the thing. You didn't know. Do you really fucking think that if there was actually an Illuminati, that there would be, everyone would just be able to talk about it every 4 days? Do you really think that it'd be in the news every 3 minutes on Instagram when you open a new fucking thing where somebody has facts and information? Where the fuck are they getting this information from? How the fuck is this secret organization so goddamn fucking, like, open-ended? They're terrible at keeping secrets at that point. It's like the thing that Jack Sparrow says in the first Pirates of the Caribbean in exact reverse. And if you know what I mean, it's this scene here where Jack like is inside of the jail cell right after getting arrested from being beaten up by Will Turner inside of his like fucking sword-making blacksmith, right? And he's in the cell, and there's a couple of idiots that are talking about the Black Pearl, and they're pissing their pants, and they're like, oh, the Black Pearl, it's the most terrifying ghost ship. People say that anyone that's ever been in contact with it doesn't come back alive. And then Jack just looks at them and is like, well, who tells the stories then? And then they all just shut up and go back in their corner, because it's like, that's the truest shit. If everyone dies because of this thing, who the fuck knows that? If they're dead, then who knows that everyone dies? There would have to be someone alive to say that. The same way that, like, who knows that there's an Illuminati that's a secret organization if somebody didn't talk about the secret? It's not a secret if everyone fucking knows. So there could be a thing like that where there is in fact like an underground organization, but I heavily fucking doubt it's the Illuminati that has had like meme imagery around the internet for 15 plus years. If anything, they're just pissing on themselves at that point. What they're getting made fun of by everyone, and they're just that'd be like having like a secret conspiracy group of people that are like working out of a Chuck E. Cheese, and the Chuck E. Cheese is their mascot for their evil like organization, and then they start to realize that like their evil organization is hosting birthday parties every other day, and they can't hear each other discuss their evil plans because of the kids screaming. Like, you think eventually they'd just want to move to a different place or come up with a different name. Like, they'd feel kind of stupid, don't you think? And so I always love hearing all this Illuminati shit about people. And like I say, when I get back, I'm gonna give you the nitty-gritty fact checks for all this stuff, so that all you people could be like I'm gonna give you the proper name of like old Germany and shit, and like the proper fucking dates of this stuff, and the proper dude that actually was in head of the Illuminati, so I'm not talking out of my asshole. Because one of the things that I always find fun is that people will make videos like this where they talk about all this stuff with no receipts. Oh! That was glorious. Well, I like having receipts here and there. And so we're going to whip up all the receipts as soon as I get back. In the meantime, I'm going to make up 2 beds. I'm going to give them to this thing, and I'm going to sleep through the night so I don't get my villagers killed again. I don't want to repeat of yesterday's stream where I fucking bolted over to my computer when I was like halfway down the road. Just to not get killed by a zombie. What do you mean you're getting to work on the fucking... Okay, so that should be everything this asshole needs now. I forgot to feed this dick. Shit. Yeah, so I'll do that first, actually. I'll smoke up some meat, I'll give him some meat, and then I'll take a 5-minute break while he builds the building or whatever the fuck. He's going. He's going. I'm gonna stick to. Oh my god! Did you? Holy fuck! I just realized that. Did you see that? I added the stairs here, and he actually gained the brain cell and decided to walk up the stairs instead of going over here on the hill. That is incredible. Okay. Where the fuck did he go? I lost track of him. He's over here. Come here, buddy.
Hi, good to see you.
Hi. Good to see you too. There are no guard or attacked. Oh my gosh. I want to work on that. You got it. I'll get guard towers going right after I get this place for people to sleep in. In the meantime, let's I'm just gonna pillar up like I did at the end of the stream yesterday and just let this dude do his thing. And I'll be back in 5. And let's put on the be right back music, shall we? There we go. That's the shit. That's the jam. We'll be back.
Entertain you.
Oh, great. I had to take a shit and I got shit on. Well, we're back now. That's pretty good. Also, I need to check something very quickly here, so I might have to hang myself. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Okay. My OBS fucked with my head for a minute, and it looked like the entire stream that I had the opening song playing, and I would have actually killed myself. So now that we have a code, oh yeah, oh yeah, we already filled in all the requirements, I guess, and the building looks like it was done last time I looked, eh? Oh, there's a pillager over here. I could probably go and get into some nitty-gritty combat. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck! Okay, at least you guys are kind of smart, I guess. How's this place looking here? Oh, that's so fucking cool. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking hype. My pillar was a little off-centered, but that's okay. They said something about a defense tower. And anything that can kill things sounds useful right now, so oh no. Come on, bitch. Oh, I almost shit my pants. Get fucked. There you go. I'm thinking about filling in this probably. Oh yeah, this is the cave. I keep going to fill this in thinking it's a hole, and I remember there's an entrance here. So maybe I won't fill this in necessarily, but maybe the area next to it, like somewhere over here. I just want to put a defense tower so that I can have like guards or whatever the fuck. Let's get back. Oh, what the fuck? Oh wow, they came over here. They want some. Okay. Do you fucking want to get hit, bitch? Taste it. Let's see what we got going on in here. We have 5 points. Okay. 3, 4, 5. There we go. What do we have for mining? 0? Bitchin'. Exactly what we need right now. You know, maybe this stream would be more entertaining if I was fighting stuff. What is this building? Oh, there's a town hall. That reminds me, how do I renovate places? Building options. Upgrade. This building requires a building hut of level 2 or higher to upgrade. Okay, so I have to upgrade the building hut too, or something first. Let's figure out what bro was saying about that fucking armory thing or whatever the hell. So we could, build one of those. And then I'll go kill this last pillager.
Great to see you.
Having a job would be really great. I'm working on it. Okay, they're not the right one I'm looking. Where's the one I'm looking for? Not you. I need the guy in the hat. Where's the guy in the hat? Are you up here? Hat man. Hat man. There you are. No guard or barricade towers near my workplace, so I don't feel safe there. Okay. How do I build one? Can I build one right now, or do I have to fucking Google it? Is this all coarse dirt? Is that why the shit isn't fucking grass yet? I'll hang. I swear. Fuck, it is. That's just shit. Of course it is.
I need this for construction, not for the world. Stupid.
Where's my normal dirt? Now that I know I've fucking wasted a bunch of resources I needed. Okay, yeah. Son of a bitch. Ah! stairs here anyway, so I better just start marking those out. There we go. That'll do it. I'm gonna need another chest soon. I'm so fucking bad at organizing. That is my one major flaw, is I can't organize for shit. Oh, there goes my brain cells again. I mean, is there really a point to doing it this way? Why don't they just fill it in with dirt? I need more dirt. Shit, how am I gonna get out of here now? Wait, I'll make a way. Fuck 'em. Oh, fuck. You know, I think this game needs to add, like, an extra crouch button, like a pro. Thank God. Alrighty. Regular ass dirt, please. No coarse shit. Don't want it to be too fine. Oh, fuck. You good? Bitch. Oh, I should have stayed behind here. I don't know why I moved. Fuck. There we go. You know, the funny thing is that before I got into Minecraft, I was thinking earlier about doing a stream called the Demonetization Run, where essentially all I do is I play Blade and Sorcery as casually and violently as possible until the video just can never have any chance of making money. Because... Oh, see, not fuck it. How do I do guard? That's great. All right. You know what? I'm gonna use the power of Google. I'm also gonna go kill this pillager quick because it's on my map and it's annoying me because I know he's there. And the longer I know he's in the water here, the longer I'm just gonna want to fucking go kill him. Get fucking pranked. Oh, but wait. What if killing that asshole starts a raid as soon as I get back? I'll cry. I'll fucking cry if I walk in here and a raid begins. Well, I'm gonna ask Hatman one more time what the thing is. I think he said guard or something else tower.
Hi.
No. Tell me the thing.
Can I help you?
Yes. What's the request you want me to do? There it is. Okay, bet. Alright, I figured it out, boys. The power of Google is very useful. Let's do a guard tower then. Can I even make a fucking guard tower right now? Oh my god. This is the rarest occasion ever. Normally, I don't fight enough shit to have this. Oh my god, I made a whole 2 guard towers. Holy shit, that's pretty hype. Okay, let's fucking put some guard towers around for fun, shall we? I want to see if I can fit one here. What would this be listed under? There we go, guard tower. Guard post. Level 1. Let's switch to level 5 and see what it looks like. Okay, that's kinda cool. Alright. Let's get her in position. I think this is looking about right for me. I might actually... Oh my god, I can. Thank you, Jesus. I'm gonna defile this hill a little bit first. And then kind of squeeze it where I want it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is how we do it. Ah! It's too good. It's too good. Yeah, we'll stick that one right there. Level 1? Fucking do it. Just do it, bro. Oh, it's nighttime. But you know what? I want to do something different tonight. I'm going to do something we haven't done on the stream yet. Because this is almost 6 hours into Minecraft with no cool stuff. And what I mean by that is, we ain't done no fucking combat, boy. We need to get into some good shit. I need to show y'all that I can do something other than stand here and cry. And that's exactly what I'm about to fucking do. We're gonna go kick some ass. So I can get some levels and make sure that nothing in my village can die. Was that a witch? Where are you, bitch? I'm not scared of you. You should be scared of me. I am fear. Really, where the fuck is it? Okay, maybe I'm scared now. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck. Got enough of me, bitch. Oh, what do you think? What the fuck did you think that was gonna do? Oh, shit. And there's the execution. You know what? I'm not done yet. I'm going back for it. I'm going back for a round 2. And the skeleton's gone. That's cool. What a bitch. She killed my ass and fled the battle. Also, yes, I've decided, for the sake of simplicity, that I am including the death points as waypoints. I know I said before I wasn't. I'm going bitch mode. I'll admit it. I'll admit that I'm a pussy. Easy kill. Oh my. There we go. Easiest kill of my life. Oh, I was thinking I'm doing pretty good at defending. There's a fucking witch over there. I don't have the confidence for it, but I'm going for it. Get pranked. Get fucked.
Oh my gosh, I got skills. I got such hardcore skills. Oh fuck.
Oh shit. What up, bitches? You picked the wrong hood. Wrong one. Shouldn't have done it to you. Alright, I'm going to bed. Fuck him. There you go. You got 10 seconds of combat. That'll keep all the ADHD people happy. I'm ADHD, so I can say that. Do I want to stick up 2 guard towers while I'm already working on 1? No, I don't. Are you in here now, hot cunt? There you are.
Good to see ya.
Oh yeah, I'm working on that right now, buddy. In fact, I'm gonna force you to work there for me. Okay. What the hell? Oh yeah, I have to go to Builder's Hut to get the information, not that one. I'm coming. Oh yeah, now we're working here. Okay, let's see what, let's get everything we need going. We need another chest. I don't know if we have the wood to make another chest. Does this shit work? No, it doesn't. Alright, oh wait, I have the shelf of my thing over here. I'll put some stuff on my shelf. This stuff can hold fucking everything. Might need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need this right now. We have garlic now? That's pretty cool. Alright, let's get in to see what we need. Coarse dirt. Oak planks. Ladder, fences, logs, standing barrel, and torches. Okay. So these fuckers, that can go away. We need some of these fuckers. These fuckers. These fuckers. What else do we need? Coarse dirt, oak logs. What happens if I put these? Can I reverse this shit? No. Ha! Okay. Probably just go build some then. Fuck it. Or mine some. It's Minecraft. Where's the coarse dirt? Oak log, stain, and barrel torches. I can do torches right now. I don't need to dick around for that. Okay, so now, just in case I need it. Wait. That's jungle shit. Okay. I'll go back to my resource farm. I'll also start planting some more trees in my resource farm since I have a bunch of fucking saplings. Pardon me. Not sure how many it needed. I gotta check the scroll, I forgot. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Alright. So I need 14 more logs. Fuck me. 14 more logs. Some slabs. Okay, how many more logs? 10 more logs. You know what? I think I stuck a crafting table around here somewhere. I might just go make a quick axe. Or I might just do the classic retroholic standard and just stick another crafting table. There it is, never mind. They're good. Don't worry, OCD people. I don't have to fucking drive your shit up the wall. Well, now I might. There's a fucking axe in my inventory. Sorry, intelligent people. I didn't mean to drive your shit up the wall. Should be all we need. That's the kicker, right? Yep, we're good. We're good. We're basically fine. Let's go back and get the last of the ingredients, and then we're just gonna go fucking spam them all into the collector's pot. No, I want that. Fuck that. One of these. Some slabs. Alright, that should be it. That should be the lot. Let's check in. There you go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away and has some meat too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you can, asshole.
Can I help you?
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at you, bro. Now, let's see. What can I assign these people to do? Can I give you a job? Oh, no, you're a person. You're a person I hire if I wanted to. I'm not gonna hire you yet. Or maybe I will hire them. You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna hire you. 8 diamonds! Maybe later. I forgot that these people actually have like requirements if I want them to join.
Need something?
Well, what can you people do for jobs? I assume this shithole will be a job eventually, right? Let's do a little dive into that quickly for fun. We're gonna deep dive into mine colonies, boys. We're gonna let our dude do his work here. We'll do that. Oh my. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Fuck! Yep, that was right on tape. That's great. So the jobs are a little bit complicated. This might be more advanced for me. Might look into this for an next stream. I said I was gonna do research last time, but didn't look into shit. You know what? I'm gonna order some shit quick. Oh, my boys are going to bed. It must be bedtime. Yep, it's 6:30, so I can get them to fucking sleep now. That's not my house. This technically isn't my house either, but I'm gonna sleep in here because fuck it. Alrighty then. Let's go give him a big old piece of meat. And make him do his thing. Oh, he's already going at her. You dumbass.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, person who wants to be hired that I can't afford. Hell yeah. Now let's oh wait. I'm fucking sped. I can hire people from in the buildings. So let's do it that way. Let's start by hiring a couple guards. One's here. Manage workers. Okay, let's get it. 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 I'm not sure who you people are. Jalen. You're not gonna figure out who the people are and then I'm gonna hire you, okay? Who the fuck are you?
Hi.
Sure. I'll make them a bow. And let's make sure that they work here. Oh wait, I didn't have to. They just got a job here. That's pretty cool. Alright, I didn't even have to hire them. I think I had it set to automatic though, so that might explain it. Let's see here. Oh shit. I don't have any string. I gotta like wait till nightfall to get string. Unless my supply cart has string and I didn't know. I keep forgetting I have this damn thing anyway. I should just use it more. Wait. I could just go in this hole here and hopefully find a spider eventually. Fuck off. Well, there's no spiders anyway. I mean, I did say death markers. Did say that these counted. I'm gonna find a spider. Oh shit. Pardon me. Don't have time for you right now. There it is. Jackpot. There we go. One down. There we go. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're fucked. But I think we got it. I think we're good. Oh yeah, there we go. That's all we needed. Alright. Let's go find our fun guard lady and give her a bow.
What is it?
We're able to check out the resource requirements list. Yes, what do I do next? That's great. Okay, cool. Here, take bow. Shove this up your ass. Are you good now?
Right away.
It'd make my job easier if I had lever maximum gold. Lever maximum gold. You got it. Okay. I could do leather armor. Well, first I gotta do a little research on something real quick. Oh yeah, that's the one. Let's see here. Alrighty. Okay. Sorry for the awkward break. That wasn't like a full-blown break, but we're probably gonna go on one shortly. I know I just got back, but like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Okay.
Okay. I did a lot more than just that, but thanks, dude. Let's go find some fucking cows and kill them. Wait, don't I have skills? I had 2 skill points. Let's see what I can do here. Let's get a little stronger. And let's get some more stamina going. Because that lets me hit things faster. And the faster and harder I can hit, the quicker I'm going to get out of any and all scenarios. That reminds me. Holy shit, that was efficient. Earlier today, I beat a video game today for the first time. And it was a wild ride, and I actually almost cried. And it was not the remake, it was the PS3 version, but I played Lollipop Chainsaw, and I beat that shit. It was so good. So good. Have not unlocked everything. Probably gonna go for a fucking do-over. Gonna go for the New Game Plus run. The funny thing is, I normally don't do New Game Plus in games, but I really want to try the Lollipop Chainsaw New Game Plus. Because I have to go for that round too. Just to see what kind of crazy shit's gonna happen. Also, it might be more useful if I put this shit here so I can keep track of how much leather I have. Fucker. Because we need a lot of it to give that chick armor. 9. We have like 1 piece of armor worth of shit now. That's great. Fucking whore. Stop running. Which one of these does more damage? Oh my god, the axe does way more damage. Fuck that, I'm gonna use the axe. Pardon me. Oh, you're dead. You're done. Oh wow, some of the horses have more or less health than each other. That's neat. Ass. I think we're no. That's not a accurate assumption. I was gonna say I think we're almost at enough to make a good bit of armor, but I don't think we really are. But still, it's nighttime. We're pretty far off, so I'm gonna pop back over to the village, stick some shit in the smoker. I don't know why that's like that. That was great. We'll sleep for the night just so I can fucking give my guard tools. All citizens are tucked in the bed. Alrighty. No! No! No!
What is right away?
You better be okay, I swear to God. My only good guard, dude. I'm gonna get them food and I'm gonna get them all the shit they need. Like right now. Okay. Perfect. That's all I need. Okay. Fuck over here, bitch. Oh wait, no. I don't want to wear them. You gotta wear them. Come here.
Right away.
Right away indeed. Take. Oh wait.
What is it?
I forgot to physically put them on you. There you go. Makes your job a lot easier now. I'm also gonna stick some meat in your mouth. Does that sound okay to you? Come here, one.
Right away.
There you go. Can I give you more?
Hi.
No, I can't eat right now. Okay. What are your stats
Hi.
actually?
Okay.
We need to bring that strength and shit up. Seven enchanted books? Jeez, these fuckers' prices are outlandish. Oh yeah, this is the one right here. We're gonna start just terraforming over here. I had this thought in my head that like this has to be done. And so now we're gonna do it.
What is it? Okay.
Well, you know what? I think we've been doing this for just under 2.5, 3 hours ish now. Let me see how long we've been broadcasting. 2.5 hours. Okay, we've been doing this 2.5 hours now. I think I'm gonna take an hour and a half to 2 hours to just kind of fuck about and relax for a bit. Then I'm gonna hop back on stream and we're gonna do some more of this because I wanna do this more. And I figure if I'm gonna do it off stream, I might as well just stream it. So I'm gonna take a break for a bit. Gonna get some food. Gonna use some washroom and do some other stuff. I'll be back in like an hour or so. I'll probably do an encore stream because I'm starting to get really into this. I'm enjoying that we have a first fighter here. I'm enjoying that we can start terraforming this area a bit more because I want to start to stretch this out a little, see what we can accomplish with this to lead into the rest of this stuff. And if any of you guys have comments of like how to do colonies better or not suck at it, let me know, please. That'll probably be very helpful in the near future. But that's going to be it for this moment. I'm going to save and quit so that we're in the same place when we get back. And, you know what? I'll just hit you with the jam. I'm going to hit you with the end jam. There it is, bro. You get hit with the jam. I'll play the jam for a few minutes. And then I'll come back and do a proper ending. Because, it's not like I have the audience yet to like have a goodbye segment, but it's better to like, in my opinion, to get used to it, so that I can like I'm better for the future at this kind of stuff, you know. So that's it, my boys. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream, and I'll be back in a little bit, probably like a couple hours, a little more late night stuff. Peace.